Hello and welcome to another episode of The Week That Was, a weekly program where we review the headlines of the past week. This week we look at 12 to 18 October and all the headlines that happened between those days. First we have the water crisis even when water is aplenty in Pedne. The second highlight is the high rate of death on Goan roads. Third, we look at Shah Jahan's no tender policy. Fourth, people have now to pay for the street lights in their home electricity bill. To discuss these and other headlines, we have the editor of Dainik Herald, Mr. Avid Bagle.
Namaskar.
Welcome to the program.
Namaskar.
In the first news that we want to discuss today is the Herald has a headline on the front page on 12th of October. Free water promised to people of Pedne. These people are borrowing water to survive. Now this story is basically about the villages of Dhargal and Parshe, wherein the people are thirsting for water. Even though there are a lot of water sources in Pedne, and the Tirari project itself is passing through the taluka. Now the allegation is that most of this water is being diverted to the Mopa airport. Now internationally Goa is known as a renowned tropical tourist paradise. The airport will make it a very glitzy and may change the face of Pedne. But when people have to get the tankers and to pay for water, how do you look at this irony, paradox? And
see, the basic problem of water crisis, not only in Pedne but Goa as a whole, I look at it as a man-made phenomena. It is not a natural, because the water is in plenty and it is available everywhere. Only the problem with the earlier, if you remember, there were wells behind the houses. Or beside the houses, there were well. Every house, before construction of a house, one is to dig the well first to secure his water. But after 1980 so, the tap water entered into Goa. That is how the problem have started with that tap water. First they give the public taps. If you apply for 20-25 houses, one free tap was given as a public tap. And if you wonder, the letter of sanctioning, because in those days it was a union territory, the file was going up to Raj Bhavan to get it clear, the tap water. And getting a tap water means you are a lucky or you are a powerful person, the public tap. And so the tap water has entered into every household. Because of that, the wells remain unused, the lakes remain unused, and natural source of water which was available in villages remain unused. And later on the wells were filled, and the garden was created on it, everything. And people were really solely dependent on the tap water. I'll tell you the peculiar feature why the problem of scarcity of water arises. How the government calculates the need of the water. That is also one has to take into account. They say that certain liters of water you use for a bath. Certain percentage of the water you use in toilets. Certain percentage of the water you are using in kitchen. Certain percentage of the water you require for a drinking. That's it. That is the end of the story. But people are doing gardening. People are washing clothes. People are washing vehicles. And see, nowadays the construction activity across the state has bloomed like anything. So water is also required there. So the demand for the water has increased, whereas the government who has created this tap water culture in Goa is unable to supply. So the scarcity of the water, it is all over the Goa. Now coming back to this Pedne problem. The Pedne was earlier getting water from the Asnoda water treatment plant in Bardes. There were hardly any tap in one village, because people were saying that the tap water it is stored 4 days back or 5 days back. It is not good for drinking.
Yeah.
You will wonder the Pedne people were not taking drinking water from tap. They used to fetch the water from the well. But nowadays they are using this tap water. After that, the Chandel project government has done.
Yeah.
But the irony is the population of the Pedne has outgrown.
Yeah.
Because the tourism activity right from Morji, Harmal, Paliye, Keri, Tirakol has increased many-fold.
Yeah.
And many floating population is coming every day.
Is also in Pedne.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So water is required for them, for their consumption. Say the 1.5 lakh population is of Taluka.
Yeah.
3 or 4 lakh people are there in the coastal belt every day.
Yeah.
So they require the water. From the water will come the tap water.
Yeah.
So the scarcity of the water has come up. Regarding this, the allegation of the diverting water
Mopa.
towards Mopa, it is clear that they have diverted the water, because if you read carefully the documents, then government of Lakshmikant Parsekar, who has proposed a water treatment plant at the Tuyem, it is clearly said that this water is required for the Mopa Greenfield Airport.
Yeah.
It is a Greenfield Airport.
Yeah.
So you must require water to remain it green throughout the year.
Yeah.
So water, plenty of water will be required on Mopa Airport, no doubt. Now the construction activity is on, but even after that construction activity, the most of that water treatment plants, water will go to Mopa. That is reality. But the thing is that government must ensure that these people will get adequate water, because the tap water culture has brought by government itself.
Yeah.
People are not responsible for tap waters.
Very much. Very much. Okay. Then moving on to Thursday, October the 13th.
Yeah.
The Herald, there is a very peculiar story which we have followed up from earlier days.
Yeah.
The list of religious sites destroyed by the Portuguese is not available with Goa government, says the Archaeology and Archives Minister.
Yeah.
Now, this statement that the Portuguese had destroyed certain religious structures was made by the CM some time ago, quite some months ago.
Yeah.
So now when there was an RTI which was filed, it was found that there was no official data in hand.
Okay.
And now the minister and the department has made an appeal to all the citizens, the stakeholders and especially historians to they have asked for representation from public, from NGOs, from historians to give certain relevant documents or photographs by November 31st regarding these destroyed sites. Now, the minister of course is Subhash Faldesai, and he has asked for that because this data is not available with the Department of Archaeology. Now, if this is the case, then how do you see that they have made a budget allocation of 20 crores towards the restoration of the temples in the current financial year when they don't have the data?
Yeah. See, Freddy, I looked this at from the different angle. Goa is known worldwide or throughout the nation for the communal and religious harmony.
Yeah.
No doubt the temples were destroyed, mosques were destroyed. Not only the temples, mosques were also destroyed during Portuguese time.
Yeah.
And before Portuguese came, so many things have happened. You have to take all things into account. What is the intention of government asking this information? Whether they are going to rebuild those temples. If suppose any temple is there, it is destroyed, church has been built now. Whether you are again demolishing the church and building a temple, what is the intention?
Yeah.
Government must come clear on it. What is their intention by what they intend to do after gathering this information? I'll tell you, one must go back to history. If they are talking about history, one must go back to history.
Yeah.
In Goa, there was no Hinduism existence.
Yeah.
Prior to that, Jainism and Buddhism was in existence.
Yeah.
Later on, the Hinduism came here.
Yeah.
Later on, the Muslims came here. Then the Portuguese, mean the Christians came here.
Yeah.
Everybody who came here destroyed what was here, because in earlier days, I'll tell you, now the wars are economic wars. Means if you want to conquer any country, you make that the country economically weak. In earlier days, the people's worship places were destroyed.
First.
Saying that we are superiors,
Yeah.
our supremacy now. We are ruling this area.
Yeah.
It is a symbol.
Yeah.
We are destroying your worship place. That
And-
is a symbolic thing.
Yeah. And religion of the king should be religion of the people.
People,
That
people,
was the
people,
philosophy.
people, people. So government must come clean on this, what they intends to do, because if they do it, it may affect or it may dilute the social fabric of the Goa.
Yeah.
Because if you see from 1961 till date, there are no communal clashes between Catholics and Hindu in Goa.
Yeah.
There were communal riots, but it is with a different religion,
Yeah.
not with the Christians and the Hindus.
Yeah.
They coexisted.
Yeah.
They coexisted even in remote villages,
Yeah.
where only two houses of Hindus are there. They still remain. When two in Pedne, I'll give some example of Parsai village,
Yeah.
where 2-3 houses of Catholics
Christians.
are there,
Yeah.
but they remain peacefully. Nobody disturbed even today.
Yeah.
So what is the intention? Why suddenly government is coming out with this? Whether this is a polarization policy they are framing by looking at the 2024 election,
Yeah.
we don't know
Yeah.
whether a political motive is there behind it or not.
Yeah.
That's why government must come clean on it. What they intends to do.
Yeah.
Rebuild means what? If some temple is neglected, whether that part only they are rebuilding or something else they want to do, they must come
They have
clean.
to come clean on
Yes,
that.
yes.
Okay. Now, on the same day, that is 13th October,
Yeah.
on page 3,
Yeah,
this is also a recurring theme, and we have seen some major accidents.
yeah,
Herald has a story, Death Stalks Goan Roads. Now, this is having a look at the 152 fatal accidents which have happened
yeah,
from January to September
yeah,
compared to 130 in the previous year.
yeah,
Now, what has happened is that the number of road accidents,
Yeah.
whether it is a four-wheeler or two-wheeler,
Yeah.
is constantly increasing,
Yeah.
and the number of young people who die is
Yeah.
also alarming.
yeah,
Now, in these fatal accidents which happened, there
Yeah.
is a 17% increase in the last 8 months only,
yeah,
and there were 164 as against 133 total deaths during the corresponding months of the last year,
yeah,
and the highest number of deaths is with regard to the two-wheelers.
yeah.
Now, how do you look at this road culture that is happening, and the increasing number of accidents and deaths?
See, death, the fatal accidents on the road, they are bound to take place. No one can stop it nowadays. Because, see, when you plan something, plan a development, you have to take into account various factors.
Yeah.
See, the two-wheeler population in Goa, it has already exceeded the population of the state. Per head, the 1.5 two-wheeler is there.
Okay.
Means, say the 15 lakh
Yeah.
is the population,
Yeah.
the 45 lakhs the
Two-wheelers.
two-wheelers are there.
Yeah.
And the thing is then why people are coming on the street with their own vehicle? We have to ask one question.
Yeah.
Because there is no public transport, adequate public transport available.
And efficient.
Yes, yes. I'll tell you, if somebody is coming from Kankona to Panji, if he wants to travel from his home every day to Panji, whether it is possible, it is not possible physically. It will take 2.5 hours
Yeah.
to reach Panji.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to come to office
Yeah.
and go back 5 hours. If you take an example of Pune, Mumbai, they reach within 1 hour
Yeah.
by train.
Yeah.
Why we are not developing a public system
Yeah.
wherein you will be discouraged to use your own vehicle. You can
Yeah.
you will use on Sundays or holidays,
Yeah.
but you will use the public transport. Why people are not using public transport? Because they are not sure that by the evening they will not go home. They
Yeah.
will not reach home in time.
Yeah.
Or the buses are crowded. We are not increasing the number of buses.
Yeah.
In 1982 or 83, this Kadamba transport was started to give us the efficient public transport. After 50 years, where it is?
Yeah.
We are not seeing any buses which are plying with seat by seat passengers.
Yeah.
It's always a crowded phenomena.
Yeah.
So why people will travel?
So
they bring, basically it is not the rash or negligence driving. The people are compelled to bring their vehicle on the road
because of poor
public transport. If you put the buses in place, you increase the train service, or the earlier they were talking about the metros.
Yeah.
Panjim to Vasco, Panjim to Fonda, Panjim to Madgaon and Kankona and Pedne. They were talking about the metros. Why not metro? Why not monorail? We have to look at the various options, and people should be discouraged from using their two-wheelers on the road.
That also leads to reduction of
yes,
fuel.
Yes. And that will ease the problem.
Yeah.
Putting the fines, putting the signboards, and the standing with the speed gun will not solve the problem. Yeah. You have to look at why the problem has crop up.
Okay. Then we on 14th October we move on to the story of Shah Jahan.
Yeah.
Where the art and culture of passing the buck.
Yeah.
Govind Gowde says the Kala Academy contract was given by PWD.
Yeah.
And Cabral says that it was art and culture department from where this idea to nominate tecton builders came.
Yeah.
So now this is between two cabinet ministers, and the chief minister has not made any statement on this. He has only folded his hands.
Yeah.
So basically the question of passing the buck. So generally even the BJP spokesman has raised this issue that in any tender work the transparency is a must.
Yeah.
And that the work has to be executed by tender and not by nomination.
Yeah.
So when BJP claims to be a party which is clean and transparent, now how this 49.5 crore contract was given, how do you look at this infighting between the BJP? Because this was also raised at the party meeting.
This is not a question of infighting. This is a question of how the administration has collapsed, or the officers who are working in any particular department, how they have surrendered themselves before the politician. This is a case study for that.
Yeah.
See what the PWD manual says. Above certain amount, you have to call for a public bid.
Yeah.
In this case, it was not followed.
Yeah.
Then how the officers have cleared the file? That is first question.
Yeah.
Second, if the work is of any peculiar nature, then you can nominate. But before that, you must call for the RFQ to qualify those bidders. And among them, you can choose one. That powers government has always. But you must qualify somebody. Then only you can give the contract. You cannot choose somebody from a market and say that tomorrow you do this work. And you cannot do that. He must apply for himself getting qualified for. Then you make a panel. Out of panel you can select. That powers the government has always.
So in this case that was not done.
No. The panel selection was not done. They have done the second one. They can choose. But from where you can choose? Not from the open market. From the panel. The panel, they have not done it. See, everything and anything government does is a collective responsibility of the cabinet.
Correct.
See, the art and culture minister saying that PWD has done it. PWD minister is saying that we have not done. We have done it as per their instruction. It is just a mere time pass. Cabinet is a collective responsibility. Whatever government decides even in a cabinet, whether you are agreeing it or not, you are responsible for that. Otherwise you get resign and go. That is the only option. When the decision has been taken in any cabinet, who are the cabinet minister, whether you are attending that meeting or not, that is also not a technical question. You are responsible for that decision because you are a part of cabinet. See, the chief minister is appointed by the governor, and on the recommendation of the chief minister, all other ministers are appointed. And there is, I'll tell you, there is no minutes of the cabinet. Although they are writing the minutes, it is not required.
It's supposed to be confidential.
Yes, and the second one, majority and the minority, it is not there. Means any decision is taken, 4 versus 6, it is not there in cabinet. Cabinet decides or cabinet rejects. That's it. That's it. If the chief minister says cabinet accepted this, all other minister has to accept it. There is no chance of raising another voice. So in this case, whatever has been done, good, wrong, anything, that will be tested, because now the case has been before the vigilance. Yes. So they will come out with something. So everybody, including Govind Gowde and the Minister PW Nilesh Kabral, everybody is responsible for that. They cannot just run away. Somebody said that's why I taken that. It is not the PWD who has taken decision. It is not the art and culture who has recommended it. It is the cabinet of the state who has decided. So it is sole responsibility of the whole cabinet. 12 people, they are fully responsible equally.
Then on October 16, that is Sunday, we have this story. Do you know that you are paying for the street lights in your village? Now this is a decision which has shocked many people, because it has suddenly crept up in the electricity bills of the people without any announcement or anything. Now this decision of the electricity department has left the consumer shocked. And there is a 5 paisa per unit for domestic and 8 paisa per unit for commercial. Now this duty has been put in the electricity bill, and in the context of the rising inflation, this is another blow to the people's budgets.
I don't look it as a blow. I look it as a government machinery failure. If you look at the 73rd amendment of the Constitution and 74th, it is to strengthen the local self-government. And if you recollect, in earlier days, the village panchayat was collecting water tariff, street light, house tax, everything panchayat was collecting. But now that power of collection of the street light tax from villagers has been taken over by the government, means government has introduced into the panchayati raj system.
Panchayat powers.
So one must condemn it. Whether the consumer's bill increase or not is a different issue. But who has given a right to collect a street light fees from the villagers to electricity department? Who are they? They can't charge the street light, because street light or the public sanitation is a duty of the local self-government, say the panchayat or the municipalities or the corporation of city of Panji in Goa.
And generally it is seen as to part of house tax. There cannot be a separate
duty. Yes, you are right. So how these people are doing? What now they have done, they have gone a little further, which is not part of the story, but I'll tell you. Now they have taken away the octroi. Octroi is not paid for last 2 years.
To the panchayat.
So panchayat are suffering. So the revenue by way of street light tax, which is, you rightly said, it is included in the house tax, that is also being taken away by the electricity department. How the panchayat will survive? There is a question that electricity bill has risen. That is a concern. But you are taking away the powers of the local self-government of collecting the tax.
And especially the financial powers, taking away financial power will make them completely dependent
on the government. If you say today's result, Jilla Panchayat, the ruling party BJP claim that they have won it. So they now they are trying to make this panchayat election also on the party line. We don't know what may happen after 5 years. Now they have already done on the Jilla Panchayat level.
So the last story that we take up has occurred on the Herald in October 17, that is Monday and Tuesday, and that is with regard to these LED violations which are taking place. Now there is a report in the Herald which says that 30 reports of suspected LED violation was sent to the Fisheries Department, but no action was taken, and this was reported in the Herald. Now what the Fisheries Minister had said, that the police are not coordinating, the police are not taking action. But after the report appeared, the Minister has said that legal action will be taken against officers who have that evidence and who are not taking action.
Look, the fisheries section is altogether a different section, and one must look at the LED fishing in a different perspective. See, the fisheries department so far till last 5 years was only restricted to giving subsidies, to buy nets, to repair trawlers, and to disperse the subsidy on the diesel. Diesel. But for last 5 years, the scenario has changed. How the scenario has changed, I'll tell you. Because the government of India has put one proposal before United Nations to increase our exclusive economic zone from 100 nautical miles to 500 nautical miles. And before submitting that proposal, with that proposal, you had given that so much of fish are available in this area, so much of minerals are available in this area, so much gas is available in this area, and petroleum products are available, that because it is a continuous land of our this one contingent, so we want to explore that. So world come to know that there are fish here, there are minerals here, because you only put the proposal that you have to increase the exclusive economic zone from 100 nautical miles to 500 nautical miles. So the trawlers from the worldwide, now they came here for fishing, and our trawlers are also going there. See, these big trawlers, no, they come with the searchlight, powerful searchlight, and if your trawler goes there, they just put a light on you, so you become a blind. You don't know where to do a fishing or not. To counter that, these people, they are fix the LED light. Every trawler fitted the LED light doesn't mean they are involved in LED fishing. That first we have to take into account. Second one, the fishery department, as I said, was only restricted in dispersing subsidies. They must appoint some inspectors on the jetty. They must check the trawlers whether you are going with the LED fishing material or not. What you are doing. While returning also, they must check whether they have done with the LED they are coming or not. Because once they venture into sea, there is no other way to pass anything. Because the police patrolling is there, Coast Guard is also there. So nobody else can give the LED machinery to them once they venture into sea. They can only take from the port where they are harbored.
Very much.
So it is a sole responsibility of the fishery department to ensure that these trawlers are going not for the LED fishing. You cannot blame once they are gone inside. Why you are not checking before going?
At the jetty.
At the jetty itself. So holding responsible any officer, no, is a sentence for a public consumption. Even the minister is accountable. What you are doing as a minister? If you fail to take any action, means 30 reports are given and no action has been taken by your department. Why not the minister is responsible? Why only officer? You are taken an oath as a minister. You are also responsible. Otherwise, you give up that portfolio. I am unable to handle it. Let somebody handles it. Why you are only pointing a gun to officer? I am not shielding the officers, but it is a collective responsibility. As I said, cabinet is a collective responsibility. Running any portfolio, it is minister till the last person, means the secretary or somebody in that department, is a collective responsibility. Everybody is responsible and answerable to the people of Goa because they are paid from the taxpayers' money. One must don't forget it. They are paid from the taxpayers' money, so everybody is accountable, not only the officers.
Okay. So I am afraid that we have completely run out of time. That's all we have in the week that was. I thank my guest, Mr. Avit Bagle, editor of Dainik Herald, for coming on this occasion and sharing his insights. We hope to see you again next week. Keep watching Herald TV.